Hello, everybody. This is Pedro Gonçalves from Change the Why. Today is the 2nd of September 2014. I have a lot of things for today, but during all this process, I had the idea that I would like to talk about success itself and my story actually on the search for success. And I hope it won't be too boring for a lot of you, but I think it's a pretty good example for how many problems you can actually face along the way to success. So for me, and also I will write down the things that I basically learned um, on my way, what I learned on my journey to success. So basically, this is really improvised. I mean, I started the take before this, but didn't really like it. So it starts when I was 12 years old, so 1995, where my uncle came to me. He was on a vacation. I didn't really like him very much at that time. And he was on a vacation, and basically he came to me. I was extremely fat. I was 150 centimeters tall, and I was weighing about 70 kilos, which is 140 pounds, 145 pounds, something like that. So I was well overweight. And so basically, he came to me and said, Pedro, this is disgusting. You should be ashamed about the way you look. You should do something, because if you continue like this, no woman will want you, and a lot of people will just turn around and just not tell you that they don't like you. They just turn around and don't talk to you. And even if they talk to you, they will not tell you to your face that this is disgusting how you look. I didn't understand what this man wanted from me, obviously. Inside, I was crying. I didn't know what was going on. How could he say something like that to me? And then he said in the end, Pedro, one thing that you have to understand is no one will do anything that has to be done in your life that's tough besides you. And he left me with that. So I talked to my mother, because with 12 years, I mean, seriously, you think your mother is God, and if someone cares, someone has to care for you, or you do something wrong, your mother will or your dad will fix it. But I mean, your parents love you, they want you to feel comfortable. So what happened is that my mother basically gave me pizza, pasta, lasagna, and all that, those things that I love. And I kept getting fat, and I had no idea. I never read a book about nutrition. I had no clue. And I thought everything was fine. When I was about 14 years old, I met a girl. Thought she was the love of my life, and I wanted to date her, obviously, but I was fat. I was ugly. And so what I had to do is I had to lose weight. So I went to my mom, because I thought, well, my mom knows everything. So I got to her and I said, look, I need to lose weight. I need to look good. And she was like, perfect. We're going to do a diet. It's so funny, because I still remember how much I hated it. The first day was fine. I was extremely motivated. The second day was still okay. The third day I was like, oh my God, really? I have to eat soup again? I hate soup. And so I kept doing this diet for like, I don't know, I guess like a week. Then what I did was I started playing basketball like 6 to 8 hours a day, every single day. And I lost a lot of weight because I didn't have time to eat. And when I was eating, it was fine, because I was just like, oh, mom, I have no time, only 5 minutes. She was like, here, take that slice of pizza. So I ate the pizza real quick, went out and played basketball the whole day. So perfect. I had no time to eat. I was working out all the time. I drank a lot of water because I was thirsty all the time playing basketball. So everything you need to do, I did, just because I had no time. Because then I went to school also. School didn't go too well, by the way, but that's a different story. So I mean, just kept going from there. I learned a lot of lessons. I didn't really understand why I was losing weight, but I was losing weight, so I just kept doing it. With 17 years, I got to my mom and I said, look, I want to be independent. I want to do my own thing. I want to get out of here. Why? Because I had read a book. And in the book, it said, You have to be independent to do whatever you want in life. So I didn't understand what that meant, but I knew I have to be independent, so I wanted to get out of the house. Bad idea. The next 2 years I struggled so hard, I couldn't pay my bills because I had no idea how to make money, how to earn enough money to basically pay it for everything and have enough money to have an independent life. I mean, I was independent, but I had no money. So, next thing, I started in an agency where I sold insurance, like health insurance, home insurance. I don't know all the names in English, but basically you get the point. So I worked there. I had no idea what I was doing, but basically I was selling some insurances. I was making some money, so everything was good. At least I thought, because from being broke and having no money and having a lot of debt to being break even, meaning I had no debt. I mean, from today's standards, I only had like 2,000 euros in debt, and that wasn't too much. But for me at that time, that was impossible to pay back. I had no idea how to pay back. So basically, I went on like this. Then I met a beautiful girl. I fell in love. We dated. We moved in together. We were at school together because I went back to school for a year. Then she got pregnant. We got a boy. And then I thought, well, I have to make money, right? I have to make more money. I cannot leave my family without food. So I got a job. I got paid like 1,100 euros a month or something. My girlfriend wasn't working, obviously, but somehow we managed it. And I was reading books about getting successful. Today I know, totally the wrong books, because I needed totally different information. But what I did, I heard about Donald Trump, and I was like, oh my God, I need to read books from Donald Trump. Well, his books are not bad, but they don't help you when you make 1,100 euros and have to pay almost 1,000 euros a month for all your expenses with a child. So I struggled there, but I was reading more and more books, and I created that thought in my mind that this cannot be it. This is not the end. I have to do something. So basically then we broke up after a year. She moved in with another guy. I moved in with a good friend. So we had a really cool party house. What I did then, I worked 5 days a week, made around 600 euros. And the weekends I played World of Warcraft. I bought accounts on eBay for like 20 to 50 euros, played 2 days with them, made them better, and sold them for 150, 200, 300 euros sometimes when I got lucky. So I made that for like a year. I didn't have any time for my friends. A lot of my friends came into my room and always said, look, Pedro, we're all here. Let's go. We want to see you. We want to party with you. But I just couldn't because I had to pay my bills. I had to pay for my son and for basically everything. But I was always reading those books. I was watching YouTube videos about successful people, and then all of a sudden I understood that. Oh, sorry, I forgot to write down. No one pays your bills. Sorry, this is the first thing that I learned. So then, what happened then? Yeah, I started working on the weekends on in a nightclub. Was making pretty good money. I think by that time, every month I made around 700 to 800 euros or something. No, like 600 euros, I think. So life was pretty okay. I could pay all my bills. I didn't get into more and more debt. But what happened before, what I actually forgot to say, I had a partner with those security sales, and we sold. I mean, the whole year went horrible when I was doing that. But then I think it was in November that year where we sold something for 70, 80,000 euros or something like that. And we were about to get the money on the 10th of December. I remember that date because on the 9th of December, she disappeared. And all our money was gone. And I was left there. I had the contract for the apartment basically that we rented. and I had to pay. And we had a contract for 5 years, so I had like 25,000 euros in debts or something like that because I couldn't pay him. I told him, look, I can't pay. I don't have any sales. He gave me 3 months to pay everything, but I couldn't. So it went to court and everything. I lost, obviously, and I also admitted, I mean, it was my fault. So what happened then is that I had 25,000 euros in debts. I had a son. I had to pay my bills. I didn't have any money. I didn't have any savings. So great life, basically. But I still had that thought in my head that there has to be something. There has to be a goal where there has to be a way where I get financially independent. I just don't know how to do it yet. Okay? So always keep the goal in mind. Then I read an awesome book. I don't want to mention the name now because we were going to talk about it later. So I read an awesome book where he said, if you write down your goals and write down how to get there, you're halfway there. So, write down your goals and write down a plan on how to get there. Okay? And then stick to it. Stick to the plan. Just stick to it, because a lot of people write down a goal. I mean, not even a lot of people write down a goal, but the people who write down a goal sometimes write down how to get there, and then they start, they're enthusiastic, they're motivated, they tell all their friends. A month later, they hit the first problem, the first major problem, and then they just let it go. They just tell their friends, and then their friends ask, yo man, how did it go? Oh man, not that good. It was just an idea, you know, I just never had a future. Stick to the plan, whatever happens, because the next thing for me was I was really searching really hard for a way to get financially independent. Not only independent, because I know that I was independent all the time, but I had no money. So financially independent is the goal, actually. I knew that now. So how to get there? And then I understood that working a 9-to-5 job, because by that time I had a really good job. I made like 1,500 euros a month. My girlfriend was making 1,500 euros a month too. Everything was good, but we were living from paycheck to paycheck because we had a lot of dreams, a lot of things we wanted, but the money wasn't enough. And so we went on vacations, but the vacations were pretty small. So this idea developed in my head that there has to be, like, it went even stronger and stronger. And then I read a book where it said, if you work a 9-to-5 job, how much time do you have to fulfill your dreams? None. You don't have enough time to do that. So if you work 8 hours on fulfilling your dreams, you fulfill them a lot faster, and it's more guaranteed. So I started search for a way to get financially independent, or to get out of the 9-to-5 job, and poker was exactly what I was looking for. Poker allowed me to play whenever I want, play as long as I want, to do whatever I want, whenever I want. I just needed to make sure that I had enough money to pay all my bills, and after that I could invest my time into what I wanted to do. Perfect. Not really, because I wasn't good at poker. I heard about a guy who played 60 tournaments at a time, so I thought, well, if I play 20 tournaments at a time, and I make as much money as he's doing per game, I could pay all my bills and I still have money left. So perfect. Let's just do that. So I started playing poker. I thought I knew what I was doing, but I had no idea, actually. I struggled for almost a year. This was, let me think. I think it was April 2010 till April 2011. I'm pretty sure it was exactly that time, because in mid-April I met a guy who coached me, and he completely changed my mindset. He basically told me things that I was doing that were just totally horrible and kept me from making money. And oh, by the way, I amassed around 5,000 euros in debts by that time, because I made like 200 to 300 euros a month, and I had around 500 euros to 500 to 800 euros a month of bills to pay. So after that time, the next month I made around $3,000 to $4,000. The month after that, I made like $5,000. because he completely changed my mindset. He completely changed everything I thought about poker. And so it went on. I accepted a prop bet. In that month where I accepted the prop bet, I made $10,000, and I kept playing poker, and everything went well from there. But I was greedy. So what did I do? I was really good at I mean, I don't know if you know poker. Poker is a huge and tough environment. There are so many different forms of poker that if you're good at one part of it, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're good at the other one, but I thought I was, because I was making good money, right? So I could just stick to another another form of poker. So what I did, I started a different game of poker, and because a lot of people there were making a lot of more money, so I thought, well, let's just go there and make the same amount of money. That didn't work. For 4 months I struggled. I hated life because I was playing like 8 to 10 hours a day, and it just didn't work. I was losing all the time. I wasn't making any money. And I got really lucky because at the end of the 4 months I was at zero. Okay, oh, sorry, zero. And I didn't lose and I didn't win any money. But imagine yourself, 4 months, working 10 hours a day, not making any money. That's horrible. So what I learned there is don't change a winning system. One thing that I learned, because I'm now coaching people for a long time, and I get coached by other people for a long time. One thing that I learned is that success is boring. Okay? Success is boring. There was one really cool quote that I love a lot. It's on a YouTube video that I don't find anymore. It was some billionaire, I don't even know his name. He said that something that the successful people are really good at is doing the winning things over and over again and don't care about if it's boring or not. They're just really good at the basics. Really good at the basics. If your basics are horrible, you will not make any money. It's your foundation that's important. Everything that you build, oops, sorry guys. Everything that you build on it is secondary. It lets you make more money. Basically, if you make like 2,000 euros a month, it lets you make like 3, 4, 5, 10,000 or whatever a month. But you have the 2,000 euros foundation, and that's really, really important. Have constant cash flow, okay? Generate, oops, sorry for this. Generate constant cash flow. You can pay all your bills, you can pay whatever. No one can come to you and say, you don't pay your bills. And then you don't have the money. If you really forgot to pay your bills, you have the money. If you don't have the money now, you have the money next month, but you have the money. And having money is a lot better than not having money. That's the next lesson I understood. So I was just making constant money in the games that I was good at, and I was learning the other games where I was not good at by getting coached from other people. But there was another problem. I don't know if you guys know, I think it was Karate Kid. Karate Kid? Do you say that? Like this? Where Mr. Miyagi took a, do I have a, yeah, look, he took this cup. I mean, he took it in a glass, let's do it this way. And this is his wisdom. And this cup here was full with water, okay? So his wisdom was water, and he put the water in there. Can you guys see that actually? See? Perfect. So I'm not gonna do this here and mess up everything, but what he did is he put, like, the cup was full of water, and he put water in there and said, look, this cup represents you and everything you know. This represents my wisdom. I want to put it into your head, but it doesn't work because the cup is already full of water. So I was this full cup of water because I thought I am the best. I'm making 2,000 to 5,000 euros a month. I'm the best. I don't need anyone because I am the best. I was approaching people to coach me, and I still ignored what they said because I thought, well, this is working for me, but he's telling me this. This is not working. I need to change what I think. I need to accept what he thinks. I'm not doing that. So no success happened, nothing. 2013 October, I created a poker coaching site with a good friend of mine. It works perfect. We increased the profits of our students by more than 1,000%. And we keep doing it now. And what happened there is I understood, because I saw so many people now every single day that I coach, and I saw them being full cups or glasses of water, and my wisdom is going into them, but it's just not sticking because it's full already, that I thought, I don't want to be like this. I want to change something in my life. And to do that, I have to empty my brain and put new stuff into my brain. So I approached a new coach. I paid a lot of money for that, but I think it's the best investment that I made in my poker career. Mr. Andrew Brokos, great person, great coach. His podcast is awesome. If you want to try it out, it's going to be easy to find. It's a lot about poker, but he talks about different stuff too. And he changed my thought process. He changed my game. A few months later, I made around $50,000 to $60,000. I mean, from November till February, I think I made around, I don't even know actually, like 50,000, I guess, something like that. So then I met another person, Daryl Jace, who for me is one of the most creative, one of the smartest person I've ever met. And basically what he does, and I'm very thankful for that, he makes me look like a fool every single time we talk. Every single time we talk, and I show him, like basically we talk about my thought process during a poker hand, he proves me wrong, or he shows me something that is better, is a better approach to the hand. So the next thing I understood is surround yourself with people that are smarter than you, that make you look like a fool. Not that they tell you that you're a fool, but they make you look like a fool because you want to get better, and they are better than you, and they have the wisdom you want. So they have exactly what you want. So just, let's take the water example. Take the water in your head and just accept everything they put in there, and just copy it. Just think about it and copy it. So search for successful people, surround yourself with them, okay, and accept their ideas. Because I already know now that a lot of people who watch this site will watch my ideas and say, oh my God, this is so great, I love it. And then they just don't do it. They try it one or two times and then they're like, this doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for you because you don't accept the fact that you are not allowing it to work for you. It's not that the system doesn't allow it or that the universe doesn't allow it. You don't allow it. And I was talking to a good friend, and I want to end it with this. I was talking to a good friend, and he said, I want to get an entrepreneur. I hope that's the correct term. I want to be an entrepreneur. But the money, I'm not sure if the money comes fast enough. The thing really is, nothing in life comes fast enough besides things you don't want. There's one really important story that I have to tell now. I mean, the video is too long anyway, but you have to accept the fact that at the beginning of whatever you do, you're not good at it. At the beginning of whatever you do in life, you're not good at it, and that's normal. You suck, okay? And that's normal. Everybody sucks at things they do for the first time, okay? So accept the fact that you will be really bad for like 20, 30, 40 hours of doing that. If you pick up a guitar and you've never played a guitar before, are you going to be good at it? I don't think so. At least I'm not. So there was one story that I totally forgot to tell, but I think it's a really important one. Last year, my son was here in Portugal. It was the first year that I got to Portugal. I moved from Germany to Portugal. I had that idea for a long time, but I didn't know how to realize it because there were so many things that basically didn't help me. You know, I didn't have enough money. I mean, I had enough money to pay my bills, but I wasn't really like financially independent in a way that I wanted to be. So I worked for a long time, like 2 years before that. I worked so hard to get financially independent. I finally reached it around 1.5 years ago. And I came to Portugal. Everything was fine. Everything was paid, all my bills. And then I had my son was here for a month. We had a great time. And then the month after he left to Germany, back to Germany, a police officer came to my house and gave me a letter from Germany, and he wanted to arrest me. And what happened is that the Germans, basically the German consulate, whatever it was, told the Portuguese consulate that I flew from Germany to Portugal to not pay anymore for my son. The funny part is he was here a full month and we paid for everything. And my ex-girlfriend, his mother, is receiving money every month. So the fun thing is I had to go to the police station. I was there for almost a full day. I couldn't leave Portugal. I mean, that was absolutely not allowed. If I left to Spain, because I live 8 minutes from Spain, if I left to Spain and they catch me, I would go to prison. So I had to stay exactly where I am. And this went on for a full month till I could prove that I had paid everything. And in the end, no one came to me and apologized. No. No one will apologize in your life. Okay? Other people make mistakes. You have to pay for it, but no one apologized for it afterwards. That's something that you have to understand too. You should only care about the things that you can control. The things you can't control, don't worry about that. I just proved, like I had to get a ton of letters. I think it was, I don't know, like 600 pages of papers that I got from my bank account in Germany, back in Germany. I had to pay like 170 euros for that or something. No one gave me back that money. Obviously I had to pay it, and it wasn't even my fault, but no one came to me and apologized. But anyway, I had to pay for it, and I still have to pay for something that was not my mistake, but was a mistake of someone else. But I have no influence on that, so it's not influencing my happiness, my life, or anything else. Focus, let me write this down, focus on the things you can control, and this includes everything. People around you, friends, family, their opinions. Opinions are the worst thing. I hate people have more opinions than anything in their life. They have no clue about what they're talking. I mean, even me sometimes, I have no clue about what I'm talking. When, for example, you talk about soccer or something, I really have no idea. I just say, I like this player. I mean, I don't care. But people don't say, I don't know how this actually works, because I always say I don't know this team or something, but I like this player. And they just tell you, no, things are like this or that. And then you're like, oh my God, maybe I should listen to that person. Although that person has no clue. So focus on the things that you can control, on the things that you know, or if someone is better than you in something, focus on what that person has to tell you. But ignore the people who have no idea about what they're talking about. So if someone whom you know, is good at finance, for example, but you need someone to repair your car, ask someone who knows how to repair a car and does it every day. Don't ask that person who's good at finance. That doesn't mean that that person is stupid. He's just not good at repairing a car. Okay? He's good at investments, and vice versa, obviously. So, long story. I hope you liked it. I hope there was a lot to gain from this story, and there's a lot to do for me today. I have a lot of great ideas. I have a lot of things prepared for Change the Why, and this video will just be there as a general video for all time. And keep in mind, there are a lot of things you cannot control, a lot of struggles, a lot of misdirections, missteps, a lot of mistakes you're gonna make. Just stick to your plan. Please write down your goals, write down a plan how to get there, and stick to the plan, and don't change your winning system. Have a nice day. I hope to see you in a few minutes. Bye-bye.